Hey guys, it's Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're going to do a quick overview of the Drag Slash. Now I've been driving this for almost every day this week after work. I've been testing it, ringing it out, literally beating the crap out of it. And I just want to let you guys know, so I did set up a Drag Slash. This has been set up over 6 months ago. Using a lot of the components that I thought would be great, a lot of upgrades on my custom Drag Slash. I'll just go over with you a couple of them. The first is the Proline upgraded transmission. Then you have Proline Hoosier front and rear tires. You have I used the shocks from the Jado. I thought those were really good, front and rear. Lowered the car really well. I used the shock towers, the Proline shock towers, the ones that they use for the Slash, because they push the shocks farther out. If you see the way the shocks on the front and the back are pushed all the way out, perfect for a drag setup. So, and I used a Chevy Nova body, and I learned a lot of things by setting this car up. So when I got the Traxxas, I was actually really surprised how well it drove. There's only one thing I would change, or actually a few things I would change on the setup for the Drag Slash. We'll go over that in probably some following videos. But I just wanted to outline for a lot of you that might be, wondering what makes the Drag Slash so special over like something that you could do yourself, like a custom Drag Slash. And I'll tell you, there are a couple of things that make it really worth the price of entry. The first thing is the body. So the body for the Drag Slash, Traxxas obviously chose this body for the layout. It wasn't just for the way they thought it looked. This actually lends itself to really good performance. If you look at the top cab, it actually acts as a front air brake, so it pushes the front down under hard acceleration. And then obviously they put the wing there to keep the back down in a limited form. But look how extreme that angle is on the window. I mean, that really pushes that front down. And when you're running this at high speeds, you kind of feel the car losing traction because the air is getting under the body, and it gets like hairy a little bit. So you realize how important a body is. So yeah, with the Traxxas, I was running full speed and the car was just solid up to I think it was like 70 miles an hour we geared it up to, just to see if it could handle that speed. Okay, so the other thing I really liked about the Traxxas Drag Slash over my custom was the width of the tires. If you look at the width of the tires, I'll show you quickly. They're a lot wider on the Traxxas, so you have more contact with the ground. Obviously, that's going to be more traction. The other thing is the diameter of the wheel is a couple millimeters lower, and that's going to prevent the car from pulling wheelies. Off the start, it's going to make the car just take off more flat. Alright, so the other thing is the durability of the wheelie bar. Also, the performance on the Drag Slash is a lot better than the Proline wheelie bar. The Proline, I flipped this car a couple times and I did break. It did crack in one area. I flipped this a couple times, no cracks, nothing. It also does keep the car straighter because you have two wheels, and it is reinforced throughout the whole wheelie bar. So this is a much better design. Also, I will tell you that the transmission, so the biggest, my opinion is, if you ask me what the biggest star of the show is with the new Drag Slash, it's the new Magnum transmission. Traxxas really did a very good job at making this thing it's really a well-designed transmission, and it's going to be better than the Proline one, at least for durability. I've had customers that have cracked the where the A-arms attached to the transmission, the plastic mounts. They've cracked it in that area, where I really don't have too many of that with the even on the older Traxxas transmissions. That doesn't happen. So the plastic on the Proline transmission is not as durable. It's a little more brittle than the plastic that Traxxas uses. They both have aluminum plates that act like a heat sink for heat soak, so you'll have lower temperatures using either transmission. What I like about the new Traxxas transmission over the older Traxxas transmission is that you don't have that rolled pin in the clutch shaft. So it's basically that gear is keyed into the clutch shaft now, so there's really no chance of breakage. and that is going to be a significant upgrade in durability. The other thing then worth noting is that it has a really good sealed differential, and that allows you to put diff oil in the transmission, and that allows you to tune the car. Before, you can only use grease because the differential was unsealed. If you put diff oil in it, you would have a lot of leakage, and it just wouldn't work. So with the new differential from Traxxas and the Magnum transmission, you could really tune this car to how you want it to drive. You could even put 1 million, you could put 2 million, you could put 20,000, whatever you want to put. I think this, and I asked Traxxas if this transmission is going to fit in all of the legacy cars, and they said yes, it will. So this is going to be a really good upgrade. If you have a Slash 2-wheel drive or a Rustler 2-wheel drive, this is going to be a really good upgrade for that. Another thing to note is the quality and the size of the bevel gears inside the differential are bigger. So they're using 4 bigger gears in a different configuration. It's going to lend itself to being a lot more durable and in the end higher performance. And I did notice that the car did perform very, very well as far as acceleration, maintaining traction and all that stuff. It really is a noticeable upgrade. So if you're buying the Drag Slash, the transmission alone is worth the price of entry. A couple things to note also is the new front bumper. They put a new front bumper in the car, which it really did need. It does protect the front components of the car really well. The rear drive shafts, so on the new Drag Slash, they're much thicker. It's just a new design. The Rustler 4x4 did the same thing over the regular Slash 4x4. When they released the Rustler 4x4, they thickened up the drive shafts, and it makes a difference. People don't break them as often. These are the old ones, they're thin, and these are the new, thicker ones. Traxxas was really smart about it. They differentiate between the two by making these gray, and the old ones are black. So it's kind of easy to spot them in the hobby shop if you're looking for parts. So these are not available yet. They will be available soon. And it's really a good upgrade if you have a custom Drag Slash, which I'm going to be putting on mine. So we did run both cars with a 3-cell just to see how they would handle. And like I said, when you're using a 3-cell, my car, because it had the Chevy Nova body, it was like lifting off the ground and it was very unstable. The Traxxas handled it very well because of the body design. They really thought this one out. Traxxas always does that. I also put, the Traxxas makes a $14 light kit, and it comes with 4 LEDs, and basically it actually works in the front of the car. I'll just show you what I did. I put each of the bulbs, one for the main headlights and one for the yellow lights, and they both light up very well. They both work. So the Traxxas rear wheels are very durable. I've had probably about, 20 or 25 runs on this thing, and they're holding up really well. They grip really nice out of the hole, and they really hold the car stable to high speed. So I really like them. I thought it was great. They're really, really wide. They have a lot of contact area, and I was very happy with them. The front tires are ribbed, and the benefit of having ribbed, obviously, in a regular asphalt where there's like little pebbles and dirt, it's definitely going to hold the front and keep it more stable and more straight, rather than using like a slick like I'm doing on this one. They're good tires, the Pro Lines, but these slicks that I chose were not the best choice, obviously. So Traxxas made a better move by using the rib fronts, and those are definitely going to be better for traction. As far as the rear mount for the new gearbox, it also is a much better design than the old one. So keep that in mind when attaching like a wheelie bar or a different type of wheelie bar to it. It's going to be a lot more reliable than the old gearbox was. So yeah, the wheelie bar and the mounting mechanism, the way it mounts, is a lot better than the old transmissions from Traxxas. So the trans brake feature for the Traxxas Drag Slash is a unique feature that no other car manufacturer actually has thought of. And you really have to know how to use it to get the most out of it. A lot of people think you just hold this down, hit full throttle, and then let go, and the car's going to take off full throttle straight. Even with TSM on, it's going to be a kind of a long shot. So what you have to do is you have to kind of figure out, it's going to depend on your traction, your surface, weather conditions, humidity in the air, and all that stuff. But you want to take off at a partial throttle, and that where in the throttle that you're going to do is going to be dependent on your surface. So for the most situations, you can get away with, let's say, 3/4 throttle, then hit this, and then let go. Because taking off a partial throttle is definitely going to get you the best result, and you'll have to find out where that position is depending on your surface. I've been timing the car with and without it using the trans brake, and it's definitely a much quicker. You're getting much quicker times, and seconds matter in this type of environment. All the fractions of a second are going to make a big difference. So the trans brake is a fantastic feature that only Traxxas has.
A lot more stable.